It never ceases to amaze me on this app. The worst is this app just screams racism, and it screams anger, hatred, bitterness. But you know what? You have to blame certain blacks to agree about this type of stuff. Rule number one, if someone wants to pretty much endorse and want to use me as an endorsement piece, that don't mean that I should be a social experiment or be an experiment so you can put me on a freak show like I'm in a circus. Okay? What is wrong with some of you black men and women, especially when you get on these platforms? It's like you guys are butt breaking yourself. And the last time I looked, slavery was supposed to be over for us. But for some reason, you guys are just keep on going into the pot of it. Okay? When you look at this, and it represents Nike, this is a racist peace statement. Back in the days, they used to brand our people. Okay? And from you looking at this, now, if they had put icon stickers on his back, then that could have been fine. Or to make it look like it was a tattoo, but an illustration of it, that would have still have a little bit of controversy, but it would have been 10 times better than this. However, once again, when people are doing stuff in the arts, it leads into racism with Louis Vuitton, with Gucci, and then also with Prada, and then now with Nike. But these people are the same people that was born in Anglo-Saxon times when their families were part of regimes and even dealt things that dealt with colorism, racism, fascism. So I'm not surprised. Kanye West has said it from the time when his sneaker company was no longer dealing with him no more. And then they started to look at how they were aligned to certain people in a certain type of regime. So go figure. And don't tell me that this is not how the way it's supposed to be. Don't over exaggerate, because it is not an exaggeration. This is racism. Because it's like looking at this man who was whipped multiple times and even had to serve a war, okay, for his state that he lived in. But guess what? He was considered as property after that. Okay, and he became a history icon of showing the images of the whips and chains that he went through when he was in something called bondagement, aka slavery, chattel slavery, where they beat and buck break men and women and even children as well. It's because they had a different type of melanation, and also because they came from a different type of subject matter, which is a culture. They never considered them part of the culture. As you look back in some of the slaves, they were already here. And we're going to emphasize that. And then they also had to melanate with other slaves that came from the transatlantic slavery, which was in Africa, okay, and even in the Caribbean. But as we look at the situation, this subject matter is how we feel when we see this. Now, we also saw how Doechii had put some mark on her face. Now, that's a slap in the face to people who have tribal in Africa, okay? Another slap in the face is when they used to brandish women, especially if a woman was very pretty and the slave master didn't want her to be with anybody else. So he used to brandish her face. Y'all need to do some research before you start doing things and look at the stipulation of the contract and see how the storyline and how that going to match with you doing a part of this campaign scheme. Whoever this individual is, not only you're an idiot and you do everything for fame and you do everything for biz, you already sold yourself. And you're looking, and if your ancestors were basically with around you, they'd have said, look at this fool. All we fought for with our blood, sweat, and tears, he had the nerve to want to rewind and press play and do the things that now, how is this a historical piece? When this man, right, even though this is just
going, she's talking too damn much. Listen, y'all. Pretty much, basically, Nike. There was a campaign ad that Nike got somebody else to do, and then Nike said, "Well, just put it out. Put it out first. So if there's any backlash, they don't get really." Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? But let's just say over 100 people saw this before they got the clearance to put this out. So my point is, Are you still going to wear Nikes? Are you still going to support the brand Nike brands as we are cattle to the cause of Nike as it looks as their new campaign ad branded on our backs? Nike.
So I've been conflicted with Nike very recently. Very conflicted.
Consultant, by the way.
Yes, very conflicted with Nike recently. I found out, where a lot of their money and donation goes.
Mm-hmm.
I found out who basically owns the company, and I don't agree with what these people do in their country and how they, brutalize women and children. And then when they get into a fight with a country where there's men running the show, now they're cowering. Read into that what you will, people. So I actually told my family, it hurts my soul to say this, I don't know if we're gonna be rocking Nikes like that anymore. Yes, we already have them. I already have them in the house. I'm not getting rid of what I have. I'm not getting rid of what I have. It took me a lifetime to make my collection. But I don't know if I'm going to be partaking the same way that I used to partake. I mean, I'm not even gonna pretend I'm not gonna buy sneakers, but I'm about to turn into, I'm about to revert back to clearance rack champ, which I used to be back in high school because I didn't have a lot of money.
There's nothing wrong with it.
But
I love that. I love that.
And the sneaker game has died so much that the drops that I used to have to rush to get and make sure I got them so that I could go to the sneaker shows and resell them or have them on my feet at the shows to show people, oh, look, you selling those? I'm wearing them. Yeah, I know they gonna resell for $2,000, but somebody gonna come offer me $1,000 off my feet. So I'm not gonna say, so knowing that the sneaker game has died from the resale standpoint and the hype beast standpoint, all the sneakers will go on sale and they'll be closer to the cost price, which is only about $10 in the first place. So Nike is now selling most of their sneakers from $185 to about $275 now for the ones I fuck with. I'm not talking Cortezes and all of those. But what I'm saying is, if I do purchase it, it's not going to be at the retail price. And I'm trying very hard not to purchase. It is April, and this is going to blow your mind when I say this. Those of you who know me, I haven't bought a pair of sneakers this year. Not one pair. I'm sticking to my guns. I got my money wrapped up in other stuff. It can't always be about how I look. I got to think about my future sometimes too. That's a gem for y'all people. But at the end of the day, I've kind of fallen back off of Nike, man. I'm trying my hardest not to support, it's hard not to support genocide because my tax dollars go to genocide and my own people every day. But we are prisoners of war. That's a whole nother story for another day. Point is, yeah, man, it's really hard for me to rock with Nike right now. And that ad is just proves to why I have been, keeping my money in my pocket right now, because they don't respect us as people, and we're their number one.
I absolutely positively hate that this was shown to us, right? I hate that Colin Kaepernick took that knee for him to get a Nike deal and himself sneakers. I hate that,
I got his Air Forces too.
The absolute most money, I ain't mad at you. They make the absolute most money off of the athletes, the black athletes, by the way.
There we go.
Not to mention the most popular and the most wealthy black athlete of all time, Mr. Michael Jordan himself, right?
Yep.
Like they constantly reissue out these same sneakers that we wore back in 1992, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then
5, bro.
85, yeah. 85.
I'm just saying that's the most popular one. From the 85 is the one is the most popular one.
They are, but man, they ain't like them Space Jams. They are, but they ain't like them Space Jams.
Space Jams is no joke.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we was
Space Jams right here. Yeah.
That's where we was at. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where, you know, in '85 we was 2. You know what I'm saying? But when the Space Jams came out, we was in middle school.
I literally can pick up just laying around my house. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
And that's where I'm bothered, right? I'm bothered by it from the perspective of it. Yeah, they did it. They
just
threw it in
around.
our face. They threw it in our face. And like, what you gonna do? Buy more sneakers? And they're gonna buy more sneakers. And until it becomes a scenario where they're like, yo, we're not supporting this anymore, then they're gonna keep doing whatever it is they're gonna do. Because those new Jordans and those new Air Maxes and those new these and they're gonna buy them, and they don't care about the brand on the back of the black man, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
So do you think, Steve? Do you think, one more question, do you think that the community as a whole will stop buying Nikes?
Hell no. Doug, if we came together,
but we boycotted Target. Not all, but a lot of people boycotted Target, and Target's on a struggle. So you think they won't do the same for Nike?
If we came together as a people, we could, you know, overthrow
cripple
the
country
that is in power right now. If we was just like, you know what?
Hands down.
Never mind.
Yep.
Everything would change, but we can't do it.
No.
And they're gonna keep buying those sneakers.
Why can't we? Why do you say we can't do it?
We can't do it because we don't want to. We can't, and I say that we can't get the person that's done some of the most horrible shit on the planet out of our office because we don't want to. If we wanted to, it'd be something different. But we don't want to, and that's the thing. You have to do this. You want to do something, you have to do it. You don't want to buy Nike anymore. You want to crush them for their ad. Stop buying Nikes, and let's see how many people does it.
It's like this. It's all about who puts the money behind us as a people. And when I say that, you know exactly who I'm talking about. All the biggest movements had those people behind it, from the NAACP to who was the other one? The SLU. I don't even remember. The other civil rights group that was just as big as the NAACP. They all had those people behind them. And, you know, I feel like, fucked up as this sounds, don't move unless we got those people behind us. As up as it sounds, y'all don't move unless we got those people behind us.
This man speaking gospel.
Because I mean, we can talk about just podcasts of people who now are considered the culture, and you know, they went from talking real to now they interview celebrities, but they got them people behind them, and so now they're everywhere. And it's a lot of the pods is like that. Used to talk that real they got them people behind them. Now it's just to keep you in a consumerist world. Buy, consume, look fly, look good. What did Cam say on his song? Back in the days, we was slave whips and chains. This tradition. Look, all I got is whips and chains. And I can say that for my goddamn self. I got 3 chains on right now. And I'm considered successful. I wear 3 chains.
Black folks won't. So you're trying to say. So you
look
trying
at this
to say,
gold bracelet. That's handcuff.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when it comes to the gold, and why I have start being more in the gold, 1, investment purposes, 2, go look at the pyramids. The original pictures of the pyramids, because they are lightening those pyramids in Egypt. The pictures look like us, and now they making them look Arab, and that's not who was the people who was in the pyramid. That's another story for another day. But the point is, the people on the wall in the pyramids were gold. They adorned themselves in jewelry, and they were getting the blessing from the sun and the gods, and everything was coming right to them. And they try to niggerize like in jewelry. They told us to stop. Gold was not the way you were supposed to go. They start telling people to wear platinum. Platinum's not the most expensive of the precious metals, people. It's number 3 on the list.
That's true.
It's worth more than gold. I mean, more than silver, but it's very hard to go into it's very hard to go someplace and be like, you know, to a normal person and be like, yo, I got some platinum to sell. Your normal person be like, I want a platinum. What the fuck is that? But they want that gold, they want that silver. So they, you know, they try to keep us from the truth. And, you know, gold brings you closer to your creator, is how I always felt. And unfortunately, I stopped wearing mine because everybody's out here starving. And I don't want to put somebody on a t-shirt, because I will, if it's me or you.
So bottom line, fellas, our culture won't move unless we have
them people behind us. Who own BET? Who own BET? Who was putting all that money in the Diddy? Who put all that money in the Hove? Who put all that money in the Kanye West? Who Kanye West talk about, and then y'all say it was crazy, and then it turned out everything he said was true, because you see it all real time on the TV.
Look like a true genius.
Okay? So unless those people is behind you, you don't move. If those people came and cut us a check tomorrow, we'd be in Times Square, and all y'all people who've been talking shit about us in the comments would be like, I've been watching them since day one. I've been watching them since day one. I went to school with them cats. You be doing interviews, all of that. But right now, y'all don't even really want to support us like that, because we don't got them people behind us. You got to have a certain people behind you for y'all to even consider us culture, which is bullshit. And I called that shit back in the day with middle school. It wasn't them people particular, but I used to say stuff. Oh, you only think it's hot because these cats is rocking it now.
Yep.
Wow.
Want to be accepted by others before they accept themselves.
Woo!
Stop buying the sneakers.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Afraid to be in their own skin. Rocketonics, Roxaconis. I don't know who the parent company is. I'm going to look into it. I'll get back to you. But there are other brands out here that you can rock. Somewhere in America makes sneakers. New York dude who now lives in Oakland. Shit, I got.
Oh yeah,
right, I know. Too.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Right here too.
I know exactly who you're speaking about.
Yeah, I got. I
forgot his name.
Kyrie Irving the deal.
He offered Kyrie Irving the deal. Oh man, right social here. Media is yeah.
Oh, can you see it? No, it's not showing.
It keeps it goes out
right there, somewhere in America. Like I can pull the box out. Like I support. Like I mean, it's not just about Nike for me. It's other people out here that you can cop their shoes, and the shoes is fire. These are the show now versions from freaking The Last Dragon. Okay?
Oh my goodness! If
like this is a black-owned sneaker company.
If we supported each other as much,
there's no reason he's not in every Foot Locker in America. No reason.
If we as a culture supported each other in different things. Instead of looking in the background and feeling a certain way about ourselves and like negatively, like in the background hating, wishing we can do something instead of supporting these people, these creators. Oh man, we will be so much far ahead in life if we took hate out of our hearts and that programming out of our hearts.
It's true, yo. There was the dude out of Jersey City, Cool Kai, who had to stop making sneakers because Nike sued him. I have a bunch of Cool Kai stuff. Guess what? Most people wouldn't buy Cool Kai stuff. Why? Oh, it's just knockoff of Jordans. And I'm like, so the fuck what? Like, this is a young black dude from Jersey City who went and got the HBCU licensing and was doing HBU sneakers before it was the wave. Nike came and started doing it and then stole his designs and then called him the serial copier.
Absolutely.
Tried to sue this man for like $100 million. As far as I'm concerned, he won the lawsuit because he only had to pay him $1 million.
You know what the problem is? The problem is, JC, you know what the problem is? It's the fact that they know who the founder is. When you are the face of it, and they see it and they see a black face, a lot of people feel a certain way about it.
They got mad about it.
They feel a certain way. What?
Because who's my man? Nego from Bape. He got a Nike deal out of his lawsuit. They didn't give Kai a Nike deal. They told Kai he owed him $1 million for copyright infringement. Nigo's been was copying Nikes for at least 2 decades. Shit, where they at? Right here. This ain't an Air Force One. This ain't an Air Force One, people.
That looks good though, man. That thing look good right
bait.
there.
This is a babe. And again, this is why I'm the sneaker consultant, people. You just see me pull out 3 different brands and all the sneakers is fire, all the sneakers exclusive. The point I'm making is Nigo, the creator of Bait, he got a Nike deal. They collaborated with him.
You see?
They didn't take money out of his pocket. They put more money in his pocket. Nigo, for you guys who don't know, is Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
Kai had to pay $1 million. Kai had a partner who broke off with him. I can't remember the name of that dude's sneakers. They were doing the same type of things. That dude they got a judgment for $8 million from Nike against him. He wasn't even as popular as Kai, and they got him for $8 million. But Nigo, Bait, literally the same bottom as a Air Force One, and he got a deal.
That speaks so much value.
They put it in your face, and y'all don't care.
Every single time.
Put it in your face, y'all don't care.